So because the boycott Target, and I imagine because of Project 2025, somebody said, hey, the boycott is still happening, so no thanks. And that was in response to a video I made, one of a couple, about my experience at Target. And so I thought I would, in a way, respond to that. This is not to say that I support what Target decided to stand for. I do not. I think that it is counterproductive, and I hope that they decide to come back to the communities they serve, which is everybody. I thought I would give you an insight to what a person with a disability's shopping trip or trip to any business, honestly, is like. So I will emphasize that I support those that are participating in the boycott. I really do, because allyship is very important. I think it is important to speak for those that, for whatever reason, cannot. I will give an example of the cannot reason. I think this will be a 2, maybe 3-part video, because I just don't want it to get too long. So I will talk about an experience or experiences that I've had at Walmart, and I will end this little mini series with my experience at Target. I am blind and need assistance to shop. Beyond the trying on clothes and all of that stuff, generally I need assistance to shop. And this is especially with groceries, because there are some things I cannot eat. I don't do pork. Anyway, I've gone to Walmart in this particular instinct, looking for thermal clothes. It was thermal shirt and thermal pants. I heard somebody's radio. Sales associates usually have radios there speaking to each other on the floor. And so I heard a sales associate talking to another sales associate, because both of their radios went off. I have my white cane, and so I follow the area where I heard the radio sound come from, which is how I usually find the sales associates. And I heard 2 sales associates talking to each other, and I said, "Excuse me, can you help me find what I was looking for, which was the thermal pants and shirt?" She says, "All right." And then she takes me to where they are sold, the aisle. She takes me to the aisle. And so she picks up 2 pieces of clothing in a package, wrapped up. And she hands them to me. And I say, "Thank you so much. Can you make sure they are pants and shirt?" And she takes both of them from me and says, "Yes, they are pants and shirt. Here you go." Her attitude, or their attitude, was just like that. And so, because I didn't want to deal with that person being entitled, which is honestly, this is just one example of my Walmart experience. This is just normal. I decided that I will go find another sales associate by the checkout. Maybe there is a cashier that'll help me check out. I will give credit where credit is due. I did come to the checkout area and did find a cashier there, and that cashier was good and helped me check out. The other time before this, a customer had to help me check out because the cashier's attention, like, I got their attention. I said, "Hey, can you please help me check out?" They indicated to me that they've heard. They said, yes, I will help you in a second. And suddenly they just disappeared. And there I was standing there waiting for them to help me check out. And then a customer comes to me and asks me if I was waiting for someone. And I said, yes, I'm waiting for a cashier. And the person says, oh, there isn't a cashier anymore. They're not here. This was about 5 minutes of me waiting for them to come around. I'm a patient person, at least I try to be. And that customer in that day, helped me check out, did the job for the sales associate that they were supposed to do. That was the previous time. This time, when I came to buy my thermal pants and thermal shirt, a cashier was there who was nice and helped me check out. I go home, right? This was, I'm getting ready for the Minnesota winter. I get home and I open them up to try them on. They're both shirts. No pants. They're both shirts. Not only were they 2 shirts, they were 2 different sizes. One was medium, one was large. I asked her, or this sales associate, to check the size and to check whether they were pants and shirt. I'd asked the sales associate to tell me what the size was, and she said it was both large. Because of the amount of experiences I've had at Walmart that day and the previous times I've gone there, it just became too much. I broke down that day and vowed to never go to Walmart by myself. I said that I will bring somebody with vision to help me shop at Walmart, because I could rely on one thing with Walmart, and that is that their sales associates have no interest in helping us. So now I take my partner whenever I go somewhere that is Walmart. That should not have to be the case. We should not have to rely on bringing our own assistants to do what sales associates are paid to do. Here is part 1 to why Target is home for me.